Are you listening? Damn.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Look at the wall. It's like almost done, except for this space right here, and then that. Wait, no. This painting I have to paint, and then I have to paint over this because I only bought it for the size. I have to put something in that, and then cover up that nice family. And then the wall is complete, and I'm so excited, so yay. So what I wanted to do for you guys today is I wanted to do a Storytime video. They seem to be pretty popular, at least among the YouTubers that I'm watching. So I thought that I would make a Storytime video of one of the more lovely times of my life. We are going to be talking about the story of which I was stood up, not once, and not twice, but in fact 3 times by the same person. It is a lovely yarn that I will spin for you. At the beginning is a good place to start. This was probably about 3 to 4 years ago. It was in the spring of my junior year of high school, and all of my friends had known at that point in time that I was a homosexual male, or a bisexual, or something sexical. I mean, sex is fun. Not what we're talking about, clearly. So they had all known that at this point in time, and so one of my friends walked up to me and said, "Hey, do you want a date?" And I said, "We can't do that, you have a girlfriend." To which he said, "Not what I meant." And I said, "Well, this is awkward." He replied that his girlfriend knew someone from the school that she goes to who was gay, and that they thought we would be a good match, and so they were gonna set us up together for a date. So I really think that they only set us up together because we were the only 2 gay people they knew, but I wasn't gonna complain because, I mean, boys are boys are boys, and I wanted to go out with one of them, so I figured why not. They showed me his picture and they gave me his number, and he was actually a fairly cute, attractive human being. Him and I started texting and things got very, very flirty. He seemed to like me, I liked him. We texted continuously for probably about a week. And I was like, okay, we should go out and meet each other, get some food, probably suck on each other's tongues after that, definitely after the food. And that'll be great. We set up a date to, I think we were supposed to go get dinner or go see a movie. It's the day of the date and I'm getting ready and all of that type of stuff. He sends me a message maybe about an hour before the date and says, "Hey, I'm sorry, something came up, I can't go." And I'm like, "That's okay. No, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine." So, needless to say, I was fine, but then we continued texting that next day, and everything was okay. I understood, things come up, it's totally fine. We continued texting throughout that next week, and that next weekend I was in our high school musicals production of, I think it was South Pacific. You should come to one of the performances, and then that way I can see you, and I can meet you, and maybe we can go out to dinner after that. And he's like, "Alright, solid, that is a plan, we're gonna do that, we're gonna stick to that." I'm like, yes. It gets to the night of the show that he was supposed to come to, and I am so nervous. And so I had this one scene where I went out and I was screaming at this one guy, but also at the audience. And really what I was doing was scanning the entire audience to see if I could see him, and I couldn't. So I waited to the end of the show, in which all of the actors and everybody go out to greet their family and their friends and everything. I'm hugging my family and saying, "Oh my god, thank you for coming," but really what I was doing was looking over their shoulders at the rest of the lobby, seeing if I could see him, and I could not. So I was like, perfect. So this time, instead of crying, now being the second time I've kind of gotten stood up, I got a bit more vindictive, and full well knowing he was not there, I texted him and asked him, "Oh, did you like the show? How was it? I thought it went really, really well today." And he texts back and goes, "I'm sorry, I didn't make it. Something came up. I had to hang out with one of my friends." I'm a little peeved. I guess that's fine though, because it's understandable, and you seem to like me, and I seem to like you, so okay. So I tracked down my friend's girlfriend who initially set us up, and I was like, "What is going on?" And she told me that he was an extremely nervous person. He got really, really nervous whenever he was about to meet me, and so he would pull out at the last second and not actually go out with me. So she says, "Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna set up something. I'm gonna set up a group date, so that way it takes all the pressure off you guys, and I'll be there, so then that way he's not gonna be as nervous and it'll be solid." And I was like, okay, this will be perfect. So what was a double date then became a triple date, which then became a quadruple date, which I wasn't gonna complain because I was gonna get to see this guy I wanted to go out with. Everything was gonna be perfect. We were gonna kiss and lights were gonna shoot up into the air and swans and doves and shit, and it was gonna be great. It was my friend and his girlfriend, some other couple for whom I have never met before, but I think we're friends with theirs, or they just found them on the street and they're like, "Hey, we need an even number, so you guys should come with us." Thank you. Those two couples, and then my most recently ex-girlfriend and her new boyfriend. And then me and this guy. We're all meeting at my friend's house. I get there a little bit early, and then everybody else starts rolling in. 15 minutes go by, he's not here. 30 minutes go by, he's still not here. 45 minutes go by. Where the hell's his ass at? And we were all hungry and we're all waiting for him. We texted him and called him about 4,000 times. He never showed up, so it was great. So finally we just decide we're gonna leave. And maybe if he wants to meet us at the restaurant, he can. But maybe if he wants to meet me in hell, that's probably where we'll both end up. Because I will have murdered him. Is the implication of that statement. I don't know if you got the subtext. Then I'm like, so where are we going to get dinner? And they're like, well, we can either go to Quaker Steak or Cece's Pizza. Why is that the option? Like, if I could choose any two restaurants to pick from, no. Those would not be the two that I would conclude with. But I was like, I'm not gonna complain. I could, but I'm not going to. So I was like, the answer is obviously Quaker Steak. Like, it's clearly Quaker Steak. Like, we can all say that unanimously, it's gotta be Quaker Steak. So then we started going to Cece's Pizza naturally. My friend and the other couple were in that car, and in my car was me, my now imaginary date, and my ex-girlfriend and her boyfriend in the backseat. We get to Cece's Pizza, I eat my weight in pizza, the rest of them do as well, and then we hop into the car and go to return. So I am now driving home. What is now a half an hour drive back to my house with my imaginary date and my ex-girlfriend and her boyfriend who decided to play padiddle and are now half naked making out in my backseat. 2 to 3 days later, I get a text from the guy. Sorry, I got nervous and ended up hanging out with my friends. What do I do with that? Like, this heaping pile of bullshit that you've just hand-delivered to me. What do I do with that? So we set up another date. No, I'm totally kidding. I actually never talked to him after that because I was pissed. Like, he stood me up 3 times. No, mama ain't gonna do that. That's my story. Did I seem pissy? Clearly I'm over it after 3.5 years. If you guys have any getting stood up stories, please leave them in the comments below and help me know that I am not alone in being stood upon. So the only thing left for this video is to do my 3 songs for this week, and I have 3 rather diverse songs. My first song is Written in the Water by WIGMORE. Her newest album came out relatively recently. My second song is Fragile by LABRINTH. And my third song is Damaged by Danity, KANE, which is a little bit of an older song, a couple of years older I think, but I've just recently gotten into it and I think it's great. So you should go check out those 3 songs. If you really like this video, give it a big fat old juicy thumbs up. If you want to see me in your subscription box every single week, then click that subscribe button. With love and squalor, I am Cory, and I will see all of you guys the next day that ends in Y. Bye guys.
You crazy mother.